Hi everyone. Obviously, you must be knowing ma'am from like from our QuizCura itself. Uh, she is none other than Dr. Vidhi Gupta ma'am from MAMC of Batch 2020. First of all, congratulate ma'am on securing such a marvelous rank of All India rank of 10 in INICET May 2026. Congratulations from our QuizCura family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, so. So, let us start with our first question. What is your reaction when you saw such a marvelous rank you scored? Definitely you are aiming for that because you have been consistent through four years of MBBS and even internship. I have seen you participating in lots of quizzes and always topping the quizzes, and definitely you are aiming for that rank itself. So, what was the reaction, ma'am?
I was shocked, surprised, so much so that I checked my roll number, matched it with my rank, good 4, 5, 6 times myself just in case ensure that it is mine. So I was shocked. Uh, was not expecting this much also.
Okay, ma'am. So, so did you expect a top 10 rank or was it beyond your expectations?
Yeah, I wanted it like everyone does, but after having attempted the exam, the that appeared to be on the easier scale while giving the exam also. And then when I returned, you got to know everyone else's responses also. So it was on a easier scale. So that also added to the doubts. Ki maybe not this time. Maybe मतलब difficult to touch top 10 or 1, 2, 3, 4 as everyone wishes for. So yeah, it was not expected exactly.
Okay. So, ma'am, tell us little about yourself and your journey through MBBS at MAMC.
It was good. It had a lot of things that required patience. I had to manage a lot. मतलब, some things were not going good in the family. Something was a lot was negative was happening. But then in the later half, things got managed. It was okay. I was revising. I was giving doing something or else whatever in whatever proportions it was possible for me. And in the end, I gave the exam. Then even then, I was considering the possibility of being of attempting it, requiring to attempt it the other time, the August November wala time. But thankfully, it was over. It was nicely. Well, the rank was very good. I was not expecting it, so it was very good. I'm very happy, very satisfied.
Yes. So, when did you actually start preparing for this INSAT seriously?
Very seriously in the later second half of the internship. In I was giving GT in the final year internship wala time, but the last time during my community medicine posting was the last one. So I was I was depending on seriously depending on that time for preparing very seriously. It for me it was the time when to I had no option but to revise, to give my cycle of revision a good cycle of revision for once, for uh, a length for a month long, and give GTs many as much as I could, do questions as much as I could in the last phase.
So, what was the biggest turning point in your preparation journey? ma'am?
Turning point when um मतलब not turning point as such, but it was very stable on that part. like I know कि my baseline was something I had decided वो GP marks वाली.
Yes,
उस that only was the baseline. उसकी the every other test I used to give, I wanted a score better. For a long time, it was the score was same, but it
yes,
got the marks improved in the last part of it.
yes.
So it was
So,
good.
ma'am, coming to the preparation strategy, uh, if you had to summarize your preparation strategy in three words, what would they be?
Mm, revising. Um.
Okay,
Okay.
we, okay, we can come to that question at the end. I think so.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
let us come to how did your preparations evolve over the time, actually, ma'am? Like
Sorry.
through your like first year, second year, third year, and final year, then followed by intensive. How did it evolve over time?
Yeah, I was at in different years. I was reading the books for that very year. Then the professional exams were happening. Those only differed. Otherwise, was trying to read something from somewhere, then from some different source, and then another. So
Yes,
yeah, it was mainly prof based also for a lot of time.
yes. So, did you follow a strict timetable or a target-based approach, or you went with the flow?
I was in a habit of writing out a 10-15 day schedule for following this day I'll do cover this much, the other day this. But then whenever I have done that, I've realized I am not able to follow it properly. Matlab, this is not achievable. I write a lot that I'll do this, 100 things, but then those are very high goals also, not really achievable. So
Yes,
I dropped the plan. Then whenever I was stuck, I choose to restart. I used to think that I have restarted the cycle from now on. I'll do all of the things, everything from again from the starting.
yes, ma'am. So, like, how did you maintain the consistency through the preparation period? Because you gave your exam just after the intensive completion, that must be a lot of tiring days. So, how do you deal with it, and how you maintain the consistency through the preparation period?
For that, I was held by Tejas because he used to do nicely, organize things better. So he did ensure at times that I am not giving up. I am reading something or the other thing. Some things we like solving custom modules to was something which we used to do together. So this something sharing something as this will ensures consistency
Yes,
because you cannot undo something you have committed.
yes. So, coming to your resources and revision, which resources actually form the backbone of your preparation?
The main notes I had made, handwritten notes, colorful notes I made in my second third years from dance, and then the printed notes I got along with some books I read, along with the quizzes I attended, that goes in the subconscious mind. But then the revision I did from my notes.
Yes. So, what is your note making strategy?
I made them very in the very beginning part of it. Like I used to use 4-5 colors to highlight or to make it more appealing, colorful. So once I was very in a habit of making them very beautiful.
Yes. So, ma'am, actually, which phase of preparation actually contributed the most to your rank that you believe?
Hmm. Hanji, hello.
Ma'am, I'm
What,
asking
what,
that which phase of preparation, like your which phase of intensive or fourth year your intensive phase that actually contributed to your such a wonderful rank?
this, especially the last 2, 3 months, which wherein I was relatively very free. I
Yes,
had lesser duty hours, so that time I was very hopeful of a good study time from those 2, 3 months.
yes, ma'am.
So yes, I was able to do a lot in that time.
So, did you use video lectures extensively or focus more on question banks?
I did give them a watch the video part of it in the second, third year. In the final
Yes,
year internship, I was merely reading up the notes and attempting the question, not going back to the videos because that takes a lot of time.
yes.
Doesn't really help much.
So, how important were MCQs in your preparation?
A lot, very important. They are very important.
So,
One cannot replace the experience of attempting MCQs by anything.
how many MCQs actually did you solve daily on a daily basis?
If I gave, in on my good days, I gave a GT in 4, 5 days, including the analysis part of it. Then a custom module every day, 40, 50 questions, 25 questions. Then, provided I am having a very good day, then a Q bank also, 8,
Yes.
10 Q banks. So this much.
So, how did you review your incorrect questions? And what are the strategy that you keep for your incorrect question?
I used to review every question of the GT in the end. Matlab, when I very lately realized that how I should be analyzing the GTs. When I did attempt the GT, I was seeing every question because a lot of times you are not very certain of the answer. You are simply able to negate the wrong options or figuring out well. But that doesn't mean that I knew the question at first. So I used to give it a look also, even those questions which I was correct at, along with the uh, flip through of the content which is added to the question, which is the discussion part of it, the written description, and then moving on to the next one. Like I am in a habit of reading that part.
Yes. So, did you maintain an error notebook like people call it the 20th notebook? And what are actually the strategies for that if you repeat the same mistakes again and again, if it happened?
Someone, someone can even use WhatsApp also. One can make uh, a group of being, matlab, a group of a adding oneself only to the group and renaming it to the subject and adding the question, the something, something, which is to be reviewed a lot of, which requires a revision a lot of time. One can add it to the WhatsApp group. So that also can serve the same purpose.
Yes,
Like one can collect the important things at one place.
yes,
It can be a WhatsApp group, can be a 20th notebook, whatever suits.
yes. So, coming to the revision, ma'am, how many complete revision did you manage before the exam?
I wanted 2, 3 revisions in the last 3 months, which I was 70, 80%, I was 60%, I was able to touch.
So 60% refers to the content 60% or the number you thought like five, you thought five revisions you completed 3 times.
Content only because, because sometimes I did a lot. Matlab, it is different because some in one of those 3 revisions, in one at one time maybe I just read something of that subject and I somehow felt convinced myself that this is done for once.
Yes.
So it is different for the other 2 times.
So what are the revision strategies during the last month?
that um, do feel more comfortable at touching your primary notes if possible, because they are readable, they are in your language, you have been familiar with them in the starting also, and they might as well help you a lot more this time when you are 2 months away only.
Yes. So
Maybe this requires a compromise for other subjects, like you cannot do main notes for every other subject, but still one can manage for this for a lot main subjects, bigger ones can be done.
yes. So what is the final week revision plan actually, ma'am? One with just
That
one week
time I
before
was
deadline.
seeing wrong things, wrong questions, my bookmarked ones, then some revision analysis GT of the GTs. I used to write them also in my notebook, whatever mistakes did. So see, I saw them. Then I did try to see some subjects which I was not still not confident at. For example, say anesthesia. So there was something then the subject these little subjects which I wanted to see again. Yeah, I was seeing them for the very first time. I saw that. Then can use the last week for seeing the recent advances, because
Yes.
2, 3 recent advances are expected in INICET.
So ma'am, what are your sources for the recent advances, like the platform
Marrow
itself?
serves a good purpose at this by making an entirely different section for the recent advances. Then
Yes.
the recent advances mostly comprises the newer drugs, their mechanism of action. So FDA approved list of drugs that are this year's list than the previous year's one, at least 1, 2 years list essay.
Yes. So which subject uh, required repeated revision for retention for you, ma'am?
Mm, some part of radio, which are very introductory radio part, just may there is very theoretical something. Then anesthesia, I never liked much. I had difficulty at understanding it. Then pharma, because I wanted to do it from main notes and it did require a lot of revisions. I tend to uh, I was uh, losing marks at first at pharma at in my many uh, GPs.
Yes.
So yeah,
So coming to the mock test, ma'am. So how frequently did you attempt grant test? You told you started from fourth year itself. When did you actually give your first test?
maybe I gave one in the third year essay random without any thought, and I was not expecting any marks. I did just attempt it randomly. Though can't even remember if I did revise it also.
So seriously, you started from like in internship or in the last part of the fourth year?
In the final year. In the final year, I used to give 2 GTs in a month.
Nice, nice of it. So what was your approach after your each mock test?
One should be revising it in the in the time earliest possible, because because one tends to remember the question, the whatever was asked, what they were confused upon in the very next time we, matlab, in very recent part of it. The
Yes,
later you will push, the later you will revise, analyze, you will forget the question. It would not be of any use.
yes, yes. So how should someone approach to the mistakes or your in this mock test?
See, if we, matlab, one can see if it is about one subject clearly that this is something which is I am losing on whatever the question it comes of that subject, I am going to get a negative or zero. So
Yes.
that subject requires a revision for sure. It
Mhm.
can be from any source. It can be whatever way, it can be anything, but that does require a correction. Then
Yes.
the if one is guessing the question, then one needs to, if that is fact based, one needs to simply learn it and learn that and move on. If it is some belongs to something you know for sure, the subject you were well versed with, and then it was wrong, then read the questions why it was wrong, why what was the lacking part of it. Read the description they have provided, and okay, learn it, move on.
Yes.
Anyways, it is about learning and adding to what you had.
Yes. So, coming to the next question, ma'am. So, like, did your mock ranks or your mock marks actually correlate with your actual marks that you achieved in your exam?
Um, yes, maybe, but the real exam is only a one day, one shot. It can be a good day, a very good score. I I did score 161 correct say in this INICET, but I have hardly touched the same number of corrects in my GTs I did attempt previously. So it is a very different subject, very different test. It is a very different platform. No one from Marrow, no one from DAMS makes the INICET exam.
Yes, ma'am.
I used to get score well, okay, in Marrow test also, but still it was not 161. I have touched it in very few GTs, very few, 451 only.
So, your usually scores used to lie between,
Sorry,
your scores that in mock ranks, like mock test, used to lie between,
between 140 to 155 type corrects.
yes,
Sometimes on some good days 150, 160 also, but largely 150.
yes, yes, ma'am. So, coming to the next question, how students would interpret poor mock scores?
Good because in a very good state of mind, because that had a lot of things you didn't know. Revise a lot, add to it, add the things you don't know to your notes, to the source you are referring to, and think it as a baseline. Feel motivated to do better in the another one.
Yes. So, what common mistakes that do students make while giving mock tests?
Maybe being very quick at judging, thinking what they are asking for. Sometimes they are not, there is a lot of not, false, true, something which is easily missed. So, like in one of the question in I said was the Vibrio cholera based diarrhea hai, rice watery stones are there, and they are asking of the channels. The question, the answers are like they are channels, SGLT1, CFTR, sodium potassium channel essay. So
Yes,
they were asking for a channel which is therapeutically playing role. Like ORS may it has sodium glucose. So SGLT1 they were looking for. But if one is very quick at changing question, might as well mark CFTR because Vibrio cholera targets that channel. So I was
yes,
also tempting to mark that. But then I give 2 seconds more to read what they are asking. When I read it completely, I was correct. I did mark it correct.
yes.
But I know someone can well, I was very easily marking the wrong one.
It is all about reading the questions properly till the end, then looking
It
after the
takes
options and
two, four
marking.
more minutes. It takes 4 more seconds only to read it again.
Yes,
But that saves a lot.
yes. So, what is your subject-wise approach? Like, which subject were your strongest, and which subject are not so weakest? Like, a bit more difficult for you in a preparation.
Peds and surgery are I feel more comfortable at. Maybe
Yes,
because they do ask simpler stuff there, whatever it is, but I do feel more comfortable at them. Even gynae for that matter, obs gynae for that matter, is well, I feel comfortable with it. But then radio is sometimes a lot very vague. Very vague in terms of the question they ask can be very random. And then anesthesia, I don't like.
Yes,
I I see the question, I feel that I would lose it.
yes. So, how did you tackle like volatile subjects like example like PSM, pharmacology, microbiology? What are your strategies for those subjects?
PSM, in case of PSM, community medicine, they INICET people largely ask focus upon the epidemiology stat part.
Yes,
So, and the recent things that happened, that this time the census was happening. So, then they didn't ask, but the Pragati Vikas, their male and female versions were very expected questions. So, something new, recent updates are there also. Might
yes,
potentially be very good questions. Then the epidemiology starts. They hardly ask the fact-based part in community medicine, the
yes.
environment wale chapters, right?
Ma'am, what was the strategy that worked best for your clinical subjects?
Simply, it is the same. You revise from where you feel most comfortable with, and then do questions as much as you can. Can do subject test, can do a mixed sort of test. So it
Yes,
is the strategy is largely the same that you need to revise from somewhere you want to and then do question to
yes.
justify that.
Ma'am, then which subjects yielded the highest ROI,
Our highest,
return of investment, ma'am?
the bigger ones, medicine, surgery, obs, gynae, peds. So, but not that also. But the first and second year subjects,
Yes, ma'am.
anatomy is ours, path is very much ours. So they carry for that matter. Physio
Yes, ma'am. So, coming up to the like, all those questions, the most of the question that is asked in the that were asked in this INICET 2026, like uh, what probably of the questions
sorry,
were like you already
there is
read?
some hello,
Yes, ma'am. Is it audible?
hello.
Hello.
You are not audible. मतलब,
Uh, I'm
hello.
not audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you were not audible.
Uh, Sound check. Hello. Am I audible, ma'am? Again.
No, your voice is breaking a lot. Just now,
Uh,
it is breaking.
Let me check, ma'am. Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming back, ma'am. So, ma'am, this out of 200 questions that were asked in this INSAK 2026, ma'am. So, how many questions are completely new to you? Like, either they're either complete extrapolation of what you've read, or that just completely new questions.
No, the voice is cracking a lot.
Okay, let me check
What
my
you are saying. Your voice is very much breaking. Like maybe it
tracking,
is
ma'am.
some mic,
Okay, 1 minute, ma'am.
maybe.
I'm starting recording again. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I was asking the question, like, how many of the questions that you saw in this INICT were completely new, or like they were not for your notes or something sources that you use for your preparation?
From what I have heard also, and by my attempt also, I do believe that 130, 140 questions are everyone are are familiar to everyone, most of the people who have been through all 19 subjects thoroughly. But there are still 50, 20, 40, 30 questions which do require some figuring out, which are sometimes fact based, which are like not in everyone's pocket. They even, the sad part is that they only end up being the decisive part of it.
Yes. So, how was your approach to it? Did you take calculated guesses, or like how, what was the strategy for solving those questions?
I am a very aggressive attempter. If for that, I think that the negative marking is only one third if you are capable of eliminating two options very surely. Then do what take the 50% chance, because a lot of time the luck does good for you. It is not, and the luck does do good in very essential times. So it is good to give it a chance for at least a
Yes.
50% probability. Sometimes
So, ma'am,
one is able to figure out, because like in this question, this INICET, they ask colon injury grading that no one knows. No one knows. It is not in Bailey's. It is not in anyone's notes. But it said more than 50% laceration. It was something like this happened. Then I made a guess that in liver injury grading and spleen injury grading, the grading is like 1 to 3, less than 10, 10 to 50, more than 50% ka essay. So I made a guess of grade 3 injury, and it was the answer.
yes, ma'am.
So it is okay to make a random gambles also at for some question, not for every question, but you can do this thing for four questions, three, four. And if you are successful at being right for even two out of four, then you are on the positive side of it.
Yes, ma'am. So, that was not even not a random guess. That was a calculated guess, I will say. So it's not leave lot of questions. Even if I could eliminate two options in one question, I will definitely go for it.
I believe so. After having attempted the GTs, after having given the INI, it is
Yes, ma'am.
good that you attempt, because when you don't attempt, you already lessen your chances.
Yes,
When I have attempted only 180, I cannot get 190 correct.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So coming up to the next question, ma'am. So how was your internship and like internship in MAMC being one of the top medical colleges that too in Delhi? How do you do balance your internship duties, your preparation?
In our case, now only though we think it is hectic, but only the medicine part of it is genuinely hectic. Like the 6, 7 weeks, the 7 weeks that in medicine is are hectic. They hectic in the sense that you hardly manage to, you simply manage your sleep, your food in it, and it is difficult. It is impossible to study in that part, but otherwise, it is every time manageable. Be it surgery, gynae, because there are more on 70 percent, 80% part of it, it is a
Yes,
simple 6, 7, 8 hours duty, which is okay, which gives you half day to study.
yes. So what was your study schedule on busy days actually, ma'am?
On a very busy day, I just simply skipped I didn't do anything, and I just simply sleep, because I feel that rest is very important. When you can't study, you think there is no ground, and you are in no mood. Then sleep, eat something good which makes you feel happy, and think, and okay, have another day, you'll do good then. But if you can do, then on half day when I used to be very busy, and upon returning home, I had to sleep for 1 hour, and then feel fresh to read in the next half.
Yes, ma'am. What advice would you give to your juniors like me who are currently interns and preparing for INICT?
Do feel seriously committed uh, to the exam. Think of it as a very good opportunity. Invest your patience, invest your thing into it, that you seriously want it. Because if you want it, you will get it.
Yes.
And then do revise things from whatever you think as your good, as your one primary source, which has a lot of the subject mentioned somewhere. Read it. It customize things for yourself. No, everyone's way of doing things is different, and that everyone can be correct in their ways, but one needs to customize things which suits them best. Use the sources in the nicest way possible because everyone has them. That also adds to the competition. Because if you have something, the person standing next to you has the same, then you have the responsibility to excel with that. Enhance your chances, can do questions from the different platforms also. Lately, can even attempt GTs from different platforms just to feel comfortable that this it is not narrow something which I am good at. I am good at other platforms also. The platform
Yes.
doesn't decide my GT marks. I can score well there also.
So, what was your mindset on the exam day?
I was stressed because I couldn't sleep more than 2 hours the last night. I simply couldn't sleep, though I tried a lot. So I was worried that if that is something that makes me lose it. But then you feel euphoric also because you have been preparing for the exam since a long time, and that one night cannot decide it, cannot disturb it. So it is
Yes.
okay that I don't think that did do any wrong to my final attempt. And I was doing it very happily. Do it every question step by step. You attempt it, you move to the next question and think differently. Do not carry anything from a set to set. One question at a time, one thing at a time. Think of it,
Yes.
give it some seconds, and it manage time nicely. Spare some 6, 7, 8 minutes for the questions you want to review later. The questions can be 6, 7, 8 in number. Leave some minutes to see them in the end
Yes.
and manage time. Yeah,
So, how many questions did you actually attempt, ma'am? You told
190.
about it. And what strategy did you have for difficult questions, ma'am?
What strategy did I?
For the difficult questions, like something like it took some time to ponder on, or like, what strategy do you have? Something that comes out, like suppose you example give the example for this colon one small intestine injury. Like if there must be some other questions like that. What was the strategy of attempting those questions?
For someone who doesn't want to skip it, who uh, uh, that individual attempts every logic in the world to find out at least two options, out of which because at one point where after seeing the question, you are very certain that even if I get it wrong, I want to attempt it. A lot of time it carries a negative, but it is okay. I am capable to take that risk. So it is a very risk-taking behavior. Someone can even uh, choose to do it more conservatively, but that is then again depends from person to person. But if someone is so uh, rebellious to attempt it, then they'll find any logic in the world to get two options or one option which they'll do and then move on.
Yes, ma'am. So
Like
what
in
was the toughest section of the
the liver spleen are irrespective of colon. They have nothing to do with it. So the logic was very fraud. I could I should not be attempting a question like that. But then at my mindset was that I want to attempt it. I'll bear the negative even if it comes, so it is okay.
so what was the toughest section according to you in the paper, ma'am?
the last section.
And what which subjects actually contributed to the that last section the most?
That had some surgery questions which were very vague. They were very fact based. Um, some one two questions from the off the questions were something. There were two three questions. They were very fact based. I don't think anyone has them in their notes. Anyone knows them. Very random stuff. So it had questions from Oktha, three, four, which were very random. One, two from Ortho, which I wanted to see and do something, but I had no hardly time left for attempting them.
Yes. Like this INICET is it was it bit different from the what previous INICETs were?
No, I think it is. Well, they obviously don't repeat questions. They might repeat the topics essay, but they do not just pick some PYQ and put it straight in the new exam. So that is never the case. But
Yes.
I would still want to believe that it was on easier scale compared to the previous ones. And that also gets reflected in the marks and the ranks.
Yes, ma'am. So coming to ma'am, this quiz Kura ma'am, like many of our viewers know that is one of the most consistent performers is our monthly quizzes. How was that experience for you, ma'am?
It was good. It was good because it was very subject based. So it is very, it is interesting to read the subject in a week in different sources you want to, and then attempting a subject based quiz. So it was good experience. Like the MC, it had MCQs also. So it was good attempting it. It feels as if you have done one subject, you have done with it.
Yeah. Okay. So was a regular quizzing and active recall for students like does the regular quizzing help in active recall and is like you do recommend people to participate in quizzes, medical quizzes?
It did do good in my case. I would therefore recommend it. It is a very, giving quiz is a very nice in the sense that it is a very nice, joyous day because you see things in a different form, in a very creative form. A lot of effort is put into making the question and making them appear nicely differently. So it is very interesting to attempt it. And when you discuss it with someone, when you hear the quiz masters discussing it, it adds some value. And that goes into your subconscious mind. You will not, you think that you don't remember it, but on some random occasion, the things will occur. You'll recollect it and you'll mark it rightly.
Yes. So coming to the ma'am, some other questions like what mistakes that uh, you thought now you think that you made during a preparation phase that you won't repeat if given another chance.
I think I'll analyze my GTs better because I was initially for a long time not very serious at analyzing them. I was just giving them blindly. I was not stressing upon uh, thinking it question by question nicely. I was only just for the sake of giving them. But rest, I think I, as any time I would have said that I still left something. I would want to complete it because something is every time's left. Not every time there's something which is still could be better. Some
Yes, ma'am.
topics you want to. I was even day before exam. I was wanting to read something because I want know that this is something I left. Maybe this would can appear in the exam. So there's always something which is left.
Ma'am, have you used that one of the Dr. Jayan's resources, BTR, ma'am?
I
Did
didn't
you use?
because I did DVT instead because
Okay.
I had initial notes from dams, so I thought I considered it better to do DVT also from them. But then I still consider it a very good source, BTR, because it has a good coverage. I've heard it in a I have had good reviews of it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
it is a good one. It is a good source.
Yes, ma'am. So, how did your family and peer group help you during this preparation phase, ma'am?
My very good friend Tejas is a very intelligent individual, so he has helped me a lot in it, in maintaining my consistency, in keeping me into the game when I
Yes,
was not really doing anything or I was wasting it up. But then he is very good at ensuring that I'm not so sad, I'm still doing something, not giving up entirely. Even on a bad day when I have not read anything till 10 p.m., he will say that do study for 2, 3 hours and then sleep and call it a day by doing something, reading something. So he has that much patience, and I think I used to lose my patience often.
yes, ma'am. So, what is the common mistake you see as friends making, ma'am? What is the most common mistake actually?
Hmm, maybe people think a lot before attempting GPs, like in the very starting part of it. Like I have heard, I have been asked a lot of times, like when should we start reading GPs or etc. Think, customize yourself. There is no fear of attempt a bad marks, bad score. It is okay. Matlab, learn what were the mistakes and then attempt another. It is okay. Matlab, there should be no fear of attempting anything. Be it a quiz, be it a Q bank, be a simple GT. It's okay if you. Matlab, losing is not a getting a less marks is not a so bad thing. Rather,
Yes,
not attempting is.
ma'am. Finally, ma'am, what message like would you like to give to students who are preparing for INICET and NEET in the coming months?
We stay happy, healthy, in a very good mood, stay calm, think of everything that happens very positively. Um, Everything, whatever that happens, take it very positively, be it a bad score, good score. A good score is a very strong boost. You feel so happy, confident. Even a bad one, it is okay. I'll do better, analyze it, and feel happy about it. Revise happily. Do if you get bored from one source, like you are doing 6, 7, 8 subjects from one source, then might as well change the subject for a different source. Add your creativity to it if you want to. Customize everything, every source you have for yourself. Share it, can share it with your study partner if you feel more comfortable in that ways. Use WhatsApp also for the uh, making groups which have special content added.
Now,
And it is
coming to
one
another
day,
question.
one exam, very much
Yes,
achievable, not a big thing.
yes, yes. So, ma'am, does ma'am the internship uh, are add any value in the preparation, ma'am?
Sorry. The question was how I did in the internship.
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am. Does the internship add any value to the preparation itself?
Yes, because you do some discussions with while being on duty. There's something happening. You see a lot of things. You learn something. Some seniors also are very curious, very keen at discussing the theory part. They try to add value to what you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you see some cases or something happening. can choose to read some that only that day.
Yes.
It adds to the
So,
productivity.
yes. So what are your future plans now after getting such a wonderful rank? Which branch are you thinking of taking?
I am thinking of, I'm confused between medicine and pediatrics. Um, might as well take. I am seeking some opinions also for that. Might why one for sure I'll take it from Ames, Delhi or PGI, but
Yes,
I
ma'am.
still got some confusion between the subjects.
Yeah, ma'am. Even MAMC came up with DM neurology for 6 years courses this time. I saw.
Yes, but I am not very interested in neurosurgery. That is that I feel is a very sad branch for me
No,
because
no.
I feel
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, ma'am.
happy when people around me are happy, they go back in a good state. That I think might be the proportion can be less there. I don't know, but I feel less interested in the subject.
Yes, ma'am. So it was wonderful talking to you, ma'am. Thanks for taking out time and Dr. Vidhi, ma'am. For our viewers, we are constantly in touch throughout my final year and my intensive. Sometimes I ask a lot of questions to ma'am also how to prepare and all. She has been a very wonderful senior to me also, and I can congratulate her for such a wonderful rank. Hope one day I meet ma'am. So thanks, ma'am.
Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure. And I wish you also all the best for your chance. I am very certain, very sure that you'll do. Definitely, you'll do good. You'll justify where you will go, wherever you'll go, and you'll do good. All the very best. All of my best wishes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for joining.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Bye bye.